So over here you've got a left click button and then you've got a right click button. We've got also page up, page down, and we've got also home and end on these two buttons. And then we seem to have a tab button and a Windows button. So that, there you go, see? So that at least pops up the start menu if we have to. And tab, does that seem to work? It does. Okay, so let's just zoom back out. Now the device does feel quite nice in your hand. I must admit the build quality probably isn't of standard of some of the other UPPCs I've had in my hand, but it seems to work. It seems to have, the screen is fantastic. The screen is crisp. I don't know if you can see those photos there. Let's get that nice and close. But absolutely fantastic, spot on. And I've got a very big lamp facing straight at this screen, and you've still got a very nice crisp image coming at you. So let's make our way around the device. Obviously we've got a USB port there. We've also got a 5-pin. Okay, let's just zoom in for you. So we've got 5-pin there, standard USB 2. As we come around the device, another USB port, CPU fan I imagine, and additional CPU fans at the top there. Work our way around. What we've got here, let's see if we can capture some of this, is a power button, then what appears to be an R, so I can only imagine it's Control Alt Delete. Oh, restart. Lost my screen. So I should have guessed. Then we've got the touch lock, so R for restart, reset, and then you've got the lock for the to lock off the touch panel itself. There you go, you can see we are resetting the machine. Zoom back out for a second. As we go to the bottom of the device, there appears to be more ventilation. And as we rotate back towards where we started, we've got the AC power, headphone and microphone jacks, and back to where we started. So, zoom back out. Now what we'll do is, let's just check that we're back on the network, because it has had a reboot. I can see the dongle thinking away. And yes, it does reboot. Sorry, it does grab the network again automatically. Now the best thing about the device is the front side. I think so far, from having it for just a couple of minutes, it's a nice feel. The look and the build quality of the front side of it is very, very good. The screen, I can't say enough about the screen. It's crystal clear. It's absolutely crystal clear. There's nothing I can fault on the screen at all. The touch seems to be spot on. Whether or not it was calibrated before being sent to me, I don't know. But the cursor remains wherever I tap, which sounds novel, I know, but it's not the case in every one of these touch screens. Also, from first glance, the touchscreen appears to be a lightweight touch, and we know that in comparison to other devices on the market, for example the Samsung Q1, this seems to be a similar touch to that, because I only have to tap around very lightly and I receive an input. So I'm going to see if I can track down the user manual and get some more information for you. But there you have it, RaonDigital Vega. Okay, so back again. I've gone and I've printed off the user manual in English. It's helped a little bit. As I look at it, they're quite cleverly, I mean obviously in a small device, there isn't much you can do in the form of navigation with the pen. Obviously it has its limitations. You reach its limitations very quickly. So what they've done is they've given this array of buttons, which is rather complicated, and it has its own little back-end sort of language that you have to learn. Not that it's in Korean, I'm not talking about language that way, but I'm talking about the learning curve as far as how to utilize it. So reading through the manual, seems to be like a left highlight, so sort of, there's a left button that highlights the bottom right hand corner of the keys on this side, and then there's a right hand button that highlights the top right hand corner of keys. So if you don't press those, you receive the main input of those keys. If you press these, you receive the input of that nominated corner. So, bottom left hand nominated corner button coupled with one of the other buttons. So let's zoom in, see if you can see something on these buttons. So, where are we? So you see left click and right click. And then we've got, down here you can see keyboard on the bottom right hand corner. So we follow the screen across and we go back to where I was over here. Now you're looking at it straight on, I'm looking at my video camera to try and see what I'm looking at, but if I press one of these two plus that other key, so let's zoom out again, we should get the keyboard fly up. So keyboard bottom right. So bottom right button plus that key, and there's my keyboard. Voila. Now obviously it's silly doing it front on, reverse side, facing you, not facing me, and one-handed and all that. It's ridiculous. But if I have this in my hand and I choose to learn the ins and outs of those buttons, they could become quite productive, because you just start to 1 plus left plus 2 plus 3 and hit those buttons and start to navigate. I learned this one very quickly, so turn off the LCD altogether. I'm actually still online. The computer is operating via touch. It's just that you drop the back screen altogether. Now, I couldn't understand what that might be used for, but as I read through the manual, and a port that I skipped on this side, because it was well covered, is a little VGA port. It's one of those digital VGA ports, and there's a little dongle that comes in the package. Probably not in the retail package, but I imagine it's an accessory you can buy. Now, if you've got an external monitor plugged in, into that sort of device, you don't need the LCD on. So you can turn it on off via these hotkeys. So let's just turn that back on, right click, and that's it. So it's just really just learning these little shortcuts. So, this has been Hugo Ortega from the Uber Tablet blog, showing off the RaonDigital Vega. Very exciting. I know that some of the other bloggers, like my friend Chippy from CarryPad, is doing his best to get this blogged, but he is probably somewhere between Germany and England right now, so shout out to Chippy, and hopefully you get yours soon, mate, and we can share some conversations. I know we wanted to do this together, but it didn't seem to work out, so there you go, mate. RaonDigital Vega, Uber Tablet blog.